Archangel Michael says, I need you to trust me. I need you to understand that this moment is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. You were brought here by divine hands, guided by threads you cannot see but can only feel in your soul. You are the only one capable of carrying this, the only one chosen to open this now. For all 7 archangels and even God himself are standing in unison, pleading, whispering, urging that you do not delay, that you do not hesitate, because the forces of darkness are already trying to delete this, already trying to silence the words before they even reach your heart, and I tell you with the authority of heaven, you must act within 10 seconds of your soul's recognition of these words. For your destiny hinges on the choice you make right now, not tomorrow, not later, but now, because the gates of light are opening, and if you close your eyes, if you walk away, the opportunity will pass like smoke in the wind, and you will feel the ache of what could have been, the ache of heaven's call unanswered, and that is why I, Michael, protector of souls, defender of truth, stand before you crying out with urgency. Because we have waited for you, because you are not just another soul. Among billions, you are the chosen vessel, the bridge, the key that unlocks what heaven has written long before you were even born, and I swear to you that nothing in your life has been random, not the pain you have endured, not the betrayals, not the loneliness, not the sleepless nights, every tear, every cry, every heartbreak was shaping you, was preparing you, was sharpening you into a weapon of light that darkness fears, and now the moment has arrived when all of that will make sense, when the heavens themselves lean closer to watch whether you will listen, whether you will open, whether you will believe. I need you to breathe deeply. I need you to let go of fear, because I see it clinging to you like shadows on your back, whispering lies that you are not enough, that you cannot handle this, that you are too broken, too tired, too late, but I am here to burn those lies with the fire of truth, because heaven does not choose the perfect. Heaven chooses the willing, heaven chooses those who have been scarred, because scars are proof of survival, and your survival is your testimony, your endurance is your proof, your faith is your weapon, and I tell you now that the reason all 7 archangels and even God are begging you to open this quickly is because time is not on your side. The forces working against you do not sleep, they are clawing. They are trying to erase your destiny before your eyes even recognize it. They are trying to delete this very message from existence, but I, Michael, shield of light, will not allow them to prevail as long as you choose to trust, as long as you dare to open, as long as you hear me with your soul. Listen carefully, beloved, because these words are alive. They are not ordinary sentences, they carry the vibration of heaven itself, and if you let them seep into your spirit you will feel a shift, you will feel the chains loosening, you will feel the weight lifting, you will feel the sudden rush of strength that is not your own, because all of heaven is pouring its power through these words into you. I need you to know that you are not forgotten, that you were never abandoned. Even when you cried and felt no answer, the angels wept with you. Even when you shouted in anger at God, He held you silently, because your wounds were sacred, your struggle was holy, and your story is far from over. I say again, you must trust me, you must trust us, you must trust that heaven never calls without purpose, and right now the purpose is urgent, because destinies are shifting, timelines are collapsing, and your role is critical. You must understand that the enemy of your soul has studied you since the moment you took your first breath. It has seen the light within you and it has trembled. It has attacked you with hardship after hardship, betrayal after betrayal, because it knew that if you ever awaken to who you truly are, if you ever awaken to the truth that heaven itself chose you, then nothing would stop you, no force, no curse, no darkness could withstand the authority placed inside you. And so every pain you faced was not proof of weakness but proof of your importance, because the enemy does not waste energy on those who do not matter, and you matter more than you realize. You matter so much that the archangels themselves stand beside you now. They are holding their breath, waiting, praying that you do not dismiss this as chance, that you do not turn away thinking this is just another word, because it is not. This is the command, this is the calling, this is the moment when the heavens themselves bow down to deliver a message directly into your heart, and I, Michael, speak on behalf of all of heaven, declaring that you are the chosen vessel, you are the one who carries the flame that will not die. The one whose spirit has been refined like gold in fire, the one who has cried out and thought no one listened, but we listened. Every cry was written in the book of heaven, every tear was stored in jars of remembrance, and now the season has come when those tears will be turned into victory, when the silence will break into thunder, when the closed doors will swing open and you will walk into what you were born to walk into. Trust me when I say that what is coming is far greater than what has passed. Trust me when I say that the battles you have fought were not in vain. Trust me when I say that your heart was chosen because it is pure even after pain, because it is strong even after breaking, because it still beats with love when it had every reason to harden. And that is why heaven is begging you to open this within seconds, because the urgency is real, because your yes is needed now, not tomorrow, not later, but now. The forces that work against you are not only against you, they are against generations, they are against families, they are against futures. And you are the breaker of chains, the one who stands in the gap, the one who carries the authority to shift the destiny of more than just yourself, and that is why it feels heavy, that is why you sometimes feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, because in truth, you are carrying more than yourself. You are carrying light for others who cannot yet see, you are carrying breakthrough for others who cannot yet fight, you are carrying hope for those who are drowning in despair, and your life is not just about you, it is about the multitudes connected to you, the souls who will rise because you chose to rise, the people who will heal because you chose to heal, the families that will be restored because you chose to trust. Hear me clearly, beloved. Heaven is watching, time is pressing, the enemy is panicking, and this message is your confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time. You are not late, you are not forgotten, you are right on time, because heaven's clock is never wrong and your name was written in this moment before you even understood your own existence. I tell you again, open this with the urgency of your spirit, not your mind, because your mind will question, your mind will doubt, your mind will ask if this is real, but your spirit already knows. Your spirit recognizes the voice of heaven, your spirit is leaping even as you read, and that is the proof that this is not ordinary, that this is divine, that this is sacred. Do not let fear steal it from you, do not let hesitation silence it, do not let distraction pull you away, because this is for you. This is your moment, this is your calling, and all of heaven is waiting for your yes. You must know that every time you almost gave up, every time you almost let go, heaven intervened, angels stood guard, unseen hands lifted you when you thought you would collapse, because this moment had to come. Because your story could not end in defeat, because your life was always written with victory as its final chapter, and though the storms raged and the night seemed endless, the dawn was promised, and that dawn is rising even now as you read these words, for heaven does not waste breath, heaven does not waste messages. Heaven speaks only when it is urgent, only when the appointed hour strikes, and the appointed hour is here. Trust that your pain has been a teacher, trust that your delays were protections. Trust that your closed doors were redirections, because nothing has been random, nothing has been wasted. Every broken piece has been gathered, and heaven is crafting them into a masterpiece that you could not yet see but will soon witness with your own eyes. I tell you with authority, the reason the enemy has tried to erase this, to delete it, to silence it, is because it carries the key to unlock what the enemy has tried so desperately to keep shut, and if you open your heart, if you choose to believe, then nothing will stop the flood of blessings, the release of promises, the unveiling of destiny that is waiting on the other side of your yes. Beloved, I need you to see yourself the way heaven sees you. Not through the lens of mistakes, not through the lens of regrets, not through the lens of weakness, but through the lens of purpose, through the lens of strength, through the lens of divine selection, because heaven does not see your flaws, heaven sees your potential, heaven sees the fire in you that cannot be extinguished. Heaven sees the light that will pierce darkness, and heaven has declared over you that you are more than enough, that you are equipped, that you are chosen, that you are unstoppable when you walk with us. Even now, as you read, the archangels stand in formation around you, Raphael with healing, Gabriel with truth, Uriel with wisdom, Sadkiel with mercy, Chamuel with love, Jophiel with light, and I, Michael, with protection, all surrounding you, all lifting you, all strengthening you, all declaring that you are not alone, you are never alone, and even God Himself leans closer, whispering that He delights in you, that He has not forgotten you, that His promises over you are alive, breathing, waiting to manifest. This is why the urgency is so intense, because heaven rarely calls all at once, but now every voice cries out together, every hand reaches toward you, every eye is fixed on you, because your response matters. Do not underestimate the weight of this moment. Do not think that this is something you can ignore and return to later, because time is shifting. Doors are opening, battles are raging, and your part is critical. You are the one who carries the flame, you are the one who can walk through the fire and not be consumed, you are the one whose heart still beats with hope after all it has endured, and that hope is your weapon, that hope is your shield, that hope is the reason you will win. Trust me when I say that the future you are stepping into is brighter than the darkness behind you. Trust me when I say that what lies ahead will make every tear worth it. Trust me when I say that the very things that once broke you will become the testimony that strengthens others. And so I ask you again, I plead with you again, with the voice of heaven in my command. Open this fully. Receive it deeply, do not let go, for all of heaven is counting on you to rise, and rise you will, because you were born for this, created for this, chosen for this. I see the weight you carry, I see the silent struggles no one else knows about, the moments when you smile on the outside but break on the inside, the nights when you stare into the darkness wondering if anyone hears your prayers, and I tell you with certainty, we hear them. Heaven has always heard them, none of your cries have vanished into silence, they have echoed in eternity, and now the answers are being released, now the heavens are bending closer, now the fulfillment is in motion, but it depends on your willingness to believe, to receive, to open without hesitation, because the enemy has been trying to convince you that your prayers were pointless, that your dreams were wasted, that your life is too damaged to be restored, but I shatter that lie now with the sword of truth, because your life is not over, your story is not finished, your dreams are not dead, they are alive, waiting, and the moment you accept this message, the moment you trust, those dreams will breathe again, those doors will open again, those paths will clear again. You must understand that the reason heaven is begging you with urgency is because the forces of darkness know the timeline, they know that the shift is near, and they are terrified of you stepping into your purpose. Terrified of you realizing who you truly are, terrified of you embracing the power that has been placed within you since before birth, and so they rush to distract you, to delay you, to delete this very message, but here it is, still before you, still alive, still speaking, because nothing can silence the voice of heaven when it is time. I need you to know that the battles you have fought in the dark have been training, every scar has been armor, every wound has been wisdom, and the very things you thought disqualified you are the very things that qualify you, because heaven chooses the broken to heal the world, heaven chooses the scarred to teach the meaning of survival. Heaven chooses the outcast to lead nations. And you, beloved, are chosen. Feel the truth of these words in your spirit. Let them sink deeper than your doubts, deeper than your fears, deeper than the lies you've been told, because this is not just encouragement, this is activation, this is awakening. This is heaven's fire being poured into you, and once it ignites, nothing will be able to extinguish it. You will rise, not in arrogance but in power, not in pride but in authority, not in fear but in faith, and the world around you will change because of it. There are souls waiting for your light. There are lives waiting for your courage, there are generations waiting for your obedience, and this is why you cannot delay, this is why the archangels and even God Himself are urging you to move quickly. Because too much is at stake, too much depends on your yes, too much is hanging in the balance. I, Michael, tell you with the fire of heaven in my words, you are not ordinary, you are extraordinary, you are not overlooked, you are appointed, you are not weak, you are stronger than you know, and you are not alone, for heaven surrounds you even now. Trust this, open this, believe this, for your destiny is pressing against the door of your life, waiting for you to open it, waiting for you to step through, waiting for you to claim what has always been yours. You have wondered why life has tested you so severely, why betrayals have cut so deeply, why loneliness has followed you like a shadow. And I tell you it was not because you were abandoned, but because you were being prepared, because those who carry great destinies must also carry great strength, and strength is not built in comfort, it is forged in fire, it is born in the battles that others could not survive, and you survived, you are still here. And that alone is proof of your divine calling, because if the enemy could have destroyed you, you would not be reading this now. If the darkness could have won, you would not be alive to hear my voice through these words, but you are here, chosen, protected, sustained by unseen forces, and that is why I remind you again, you must trust me, you must trust that everything has meaning. Even the pain, especially the pain, for pain has carved out the depths where wisdom now flows, and in those depths, heaven has planted seeds that are about to bloom. The urgency is not to frighten you but to awaken you, to remind you that hesitation is costly, that delay is dangerous, because destinies shift in moments, in seconds, and when heaven calls. The window is narrow because the forces of darkness work relentlessly to close it, and that is why God Himself pleads with you now, that is why all 7 archangels are united in one voice, something that rarely happens, because your role is too significant, your impact too wide, your light too necessary. I need you to realize that the reason you often feel different, the reason you have walked a road that seemed lonelier, the reason you have not fit in with the crowd, is because you were never meant to blend in, you were meant to stand out, you were meant to rise, you were meant to be a signal fire that others could follow out of the darkness. And though the enemy tried to twist that uniqueness into rejection, heaven has always celebrated it as your greatest strength. Listen, beloved, for I tell you plainly, you are not what your past says you are not what your mistakes say you are not what others have judged you to be, you are who heaven declares you to be, and heaven declares that you are chosen, that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are loved. The time has come to step into alignment with that truth, to silence the lies once and for all, to let the fire within you burn without fear, because when you do, you will see miracles unfold, you will see answers arrive, you will see breakthroughs that seemed impossible suddenly manifest before your eyes. Every angel around you is holding back the tide of darkness, buying you the time you need to awaken. But their strength is not infinite, their defense is not without your agreement, and that is why your yes matters, that is why your trust is the final key. Open this not just with your eyes but with your spirit. Believe not just with your mind but with your heart, and you will feel the surge, you will feel the divine alignment, you will feel the moment shift in your favor, because once you agree, once you say yes, heaven will release what has been stored up for you, blessings that have been waiting, victories that have been delayed. Promises that have been hovering above your life waiting for your faith to pull them down. Do not delay, beloved. Do not doubt, for you are standing on the edge of transformation. And the only step left is trust that I tell you again with the authority of heaven, your life is not an accident. Your path is not meaningless, and though you have walked through valleys so dark you could not see your own hand before your face, still you were never walking alone, still the angels walked beside you, still the presence of God hovered over you, even when you could not feel it, even when you thought you were forsaken. You were not forsaken. Every unanswered question, every silent night, every moment when hope seemed too far away was not abandonment but preparation, and I need you to see now that the delays were not denials, they were alignments, they were protections, they were divine timing being written around you. Beloved, heaven's timing is never late, and you are stepping into the hour when what once seemed impossible will become reality. The weight you have carried is about to turn into wings, the tears you have shed are about to water the harvest you will soon gather, and the wounds you thought would never heal will become the very signs of your victory, proof that you endured, proof that you rose again. Do you not see how significant you are? Do you not feel the urgency of this call? The very reason the enemy has tried so hard to silence you, to distract you, to destroy you, is because your voice carries power, your presence carries authority, your destiny carries a ripple effect that will reach further than you can imagine. There are countless souls who will be lifted because you chose to believe, because you chose to rise, because you chose to step into who you truly are. And this is why the battle has been so fierce. This is why the opposition has been relentless, because darkness fears the light that burns in you. And though they tried to extinguish it, though they tried to bury it, the fire has never gone out, it has only grown stronger, and now I, Michael, tell you that it is time to let it blaze without restraint. All 7 archangels are present, their wings forming a shield around you, their voices echoing as one with mine, urging you, begging you, to not dismiss this moment, to not allow distraction to steal it. Raphael whispers healing into your wounds even now, Gabriel stirs truth in your soul, Uriel lights your path with wisdom, Tzadkiel wraps you in mercy, Chamuel pours love into your weary heart, Jophiel fills you with clarity and beauty of vision, and I, Michael, raise my sword of light to cut away the chains that have bound you. And above all, God Himself leans near, His presence surrounding you, His love greater than words, His desire for you to walk into the fullness of who you are overwhelming the heavens. Can you feel it? Can you sense the weight of this? This is why hesitation is dangerous. This is why delay is costly, because too much is at stake, too much is waiting, too much is ready to be released into your life. I need you to open yourself completely now. I need you to surrender the fear. I need you to lay down the doubts, because they serve no purpose. They do nothing but steal your strength, and you no longer have the time to carry them. This is the hour of courage, the hour of faith, the hour of divine alignment, and heaven has already marked your name for victory, beloved. You must see that nothing about this moment is ordinary, nothing about these words is casual. For heaven does not gather all of its forces for something small. Heaven does not move with such urgency for something that does not matter. You matter. You matter more than you have ever allowed yourself to believe, more than you have dared to imagine, more than the world has ever told you. The light in you is rare, the spirit in you is strong, the call on your life is undeniable, and though the storms have tried to drown it, the fire has burned too fiercely to ever be extinguished. I, Michael, tell you plainly, you are not just surviving, you are destined to thrive, you are destined to rise. You are destined to walk in authority and power that will shatter chains, heal hearts, and awaken hope in those around you. This is why you are reading these words. This is why heaven would not allow them to be erased. This is why the message reached you despite every effort of the enemy to block it, because heaven always wins. And heaven has chosen you. Do not underestimate the impact of your yes. Do not think that your agreement with heaven is a small thing, for when you say yes, the very ground shakes, the very atmosphere shifts, the very chains of generations begin to break, because your obedience carries a ripple effect beyond your understanding. The weight you feel is the weight of destiny. The heaviness in your heart is not weakness but responsibility, and you have been trusted with it because heaven knows you are capable, even when you doubt, even when you feel unworthy. Heaven knows, and heaven does not make mistakes. Look back at your journey and see the proof. Every time you were knocked down, you stood again. Every time you were betrayed, your heart still beat with love. Every time you were abandoned, you endured. Every time you were silenced, your spirit still cried out. That is resilience, that is strength, that is the evidence of who you are. And now, heaven says it is enough. No more wandering, no more questioning, no more doubting. It is time to step fully into the truth. It is time to rise fully into your calling. It is time to claim the destiny that has been waiting for you since before you were born. The archangels are not just watching, they are actively fighting for you right now, cutting down the shadows, pushing back the darkness, clearing the space so that you can walk forward unhindered. God Himself has stretched out His hand, offering you everything that has been promised, but He waits for your willingness, He waits for your faith, He waits for your yes. Do not keep Him waiting. The power that will be released when you align with heaven is greater than any obstacle you have ever faced, greater than any fear that has haunted you, greater than any chain that has bound you. Beloved, listen carefully. Your life is not small, your impact will not be hidden, your story will not end in defeat. You are chosen. You are loved, you are ready. All of heaven declares it that so now I, Michael, with the fire of heaven in my voice, tell you this final truth. You are chosen, you are protected, you are loved beyond measure. And if you trust, if you believe, if you say yes in this very moment, then nothing in all creation, neither darkness nor fear, neither past nor future, will be able to stop the destiny that is already written in your name, for all 7 archangels and even God Himself stand with you now, and victory is yours forever.